In this video, we'll talk about the new Starship 2.0 that Elon Musk will launch soon. After a long haul and ages of research and effort, we may be able to picture humans going to Mars finally. A thing that was once just a thought or idea may turn into reality because the world's richest entrepreneur man is currently developing a spacecraft that seems to be unparalleled to any created or proposed previously. Glad to see you guys again. We appreciate your support for our channel. Don't forget to drop your thoughts down in the comment section after watching, and subscribe to our channel if you haven't yet. Let's get started with the video. Elon Musk, the founder of the world's most eminent and innovative aerospace manufacturer, SpaceX, plans on leveling his spacecraft game up a notch. He plans to bring an even more high-performance vehicle with a higher capacity and reusability like no other rocket that existed before. The first rocket that SpaceX created and launched was Falcon 1, succeeded by Falcon 9, and lastly, before the Starship, Falcon Heavy, which was about a year and a half ago. SpaceX owner Elon plans to take 1 million people to Mars. So let's dive into the video and see what's coming our way in this world of innovation and rapid technological advancement. To build a spacecraft that could carry more payload at a time than the previous rockets preceding the first model of the Starship, it has to be taller, has more capacity and reusability, and take fewer trips at a time to lower cost. On these grounds, SpaceX is launching the gravity-defying Starship 2.0 soon. This spacecraft will carry humans, cargo, food, fuel, machinery, and materials for making shelter, because Musk's plan is to colonize Mars, and the nature of this mission is not going to be temporary, but rather permanent. Following prior versions that incrementally improved certain components of the design, the SN8 prototype was the first full Starship prototype. Between October and November 2020, the vehicle was subjected to 4 static fire tests, all of which resulted in damage to the pad, which is where the rocket is launched from. The third test absorbed pad material pieces into the engine internals, causing it to shut down before time. The fourth test went well, and on December 9, 2020, SN8 took to the air, reaching a height of 12.5 kilometers, or 7.8 miles. SN8 recovered to vertical just before landing and attempted to land, but owing to a fuel supply problem, slammed into the pad at high velocity, destroying itself. Starship SN9 launched 2 months later on February 2, 2021, following a nearly similar flight path. It landed with a thump. The FAA presented a public development proposal in March 2021 that included 2 suborbital launch pads, 2 orbital launch pads, 2 landing pads, 2 prototype test stands, and a massive propellant tank farm. The SN12, SN13, and SN14 modules were not completely assembled. SN15, on the other hand, had a number of changes to the vehicle's construction, software, and engines. On May 5, 2021, the vehicle took to the air, completing the first successful mission. Starship S20 was the first to have a body-tall heat shield composed largely of black hexagonal heat tiles, whereas Super Heavy BN4 was the first to be capable of mating with starships. The anticipated rocket launch comes with many features. The Starship will have a lower and upper state at the point of separation. The Super Heavy booster on the lower stage will eventuate to Mars after refueling in orbit. This would help shrink the costs. As soon as it returns to land, it can go on for another flight round. This version will require about 30 Raptor engines, another creation that is efficient, using 304L stainless steel, and Musk plans to increase its production as more would be used in these spacecraft. Moving on, the upper stage would re-enter Earth after each mission with heat-resistant tiles, which would protect the rocket from the heat produced during those missions. The Starship will be designed in a sustainable manner, with protective shields around the rocket. it would be possible for the passengers to travel without exposure to radiation. We can expect the height of this version to be double that of the previous one, which means that Starship 2.0 would be about 240 meters long, and the diameter would be about 18 meters. This rocket would be able to carry about 1,000 tons of payload, more than 3 times its previous version. We can, thereby, conclude that the volume would be a staggering 9 times more. Elon Musk believes in the importance of the future and how one should look forward to things greater than those in the present. He is set on the idea of bringing people to Mars and creating a life there. His goal is to colonize the planet, and his newest Starship seems to fulfill major prerequisites for this mission. Musk estimates that 1 million pounds of cargo would be delivered to Mars. SpaceX has confirmed that they would mass-produce starships that would be for the sole purpose of traveling to other parts of the solar system, such as the Moon. One may wonder how realistic it is, keeping in mind the atmosphere of Mars. Factually, carbon dioxide and hydrogen can be obtained from Mars's atmosphere. Water can be produced along with methane through a reaction of hydrogen and carbon dioxide. SpaceX also plans to pair up with NASA to feature in their mission to go to the Moon. NASA wants to use the Starship to bring American astronauts to the Moon. The Pentagon, which serves as the headquarters of the US Department of Defense, wants to use it to move military cargo around the world in minutes. Starship itself has been in privately funded development by SpaceX since the mid-2010s, but the HLS, Human Landing System, variant is being developed under contracts with the United States National Aeronautics and Space Administration, NASA, which will transfer astronauts from lunar orbit to the surface of the Moon and back. If you have reached this far in the video, we would like to thank you. You can extend your support by subscribing to the channel, giving this video a thumbs up, and clicking the bell icon so you never miss any of the content we upload. What's left now is to figure out the logistics and legality of creating this masterpiece. Production of Raptor engines may increase as more of these will be needed to power the Starships, which are planned to eventually take the population of America to Mars, and possibly the Moon too. Musk's indication of a next-generation spacecraft with a diameter twice that of the present Starship flatters his ambitious and driven character. The whole world waits now. It makes sense to wait though, since Elon Musk has a well-documented history of startling people. What do you guys think? Is Elon Musk going to bring his ideas into action like every time, by launching the Starship 2.0 for the sole purpose of traveling around the solar system? And that's all for today. Like the video and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. Tell us about your views in the comment section.